Ladies and gentlemen, g'day, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Economics Mate, and this is World of Tanks Blitz. And this is a video that I've been trying to make for quite a while. The only problem is, I haven't been able to find footage for this particular tank. Because I've had a lot of people who are veterans in the game that remember this specific tank that ask me, Eco, is this tank ever going to come back to Blitz? And of course, I am talking about this tank, the Mark I Heavy Tank. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We had, for a very, very short period of time, a Mark I Heavy Tank from World War I to play around in Blitz. This was many, many years ago. This was back in 2016, I believe. And because it marked or rather 2017, actually, not 2016, 2017, because it marked the first year of the tank, like the official sort of launch of the tank, the heavy tank, the tank as we know it today. This was the first, the Mark I Heavy. So 2017, Wargaming released an event that allowed you to play in, basically, on Fort Despair and other different maps, but mainly Fort Despair. You play 7 Mark I Heavies against 7 Mark I Heavies. I'm going to show you a replay. And people ask me, is this tank ever going to come back to Blitz? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But there are speculation that there might be some kind of other event that Wargaming might release in the future with something like, I don't know, like a Mark IV Heavy or something, or maybe have like an MS1 event. Who knows? Something interesting like that. But the tank itself was really, really interesting, as we're going to see from this replay right here. So as you can see, there are 7 Mark I Heavies versus 7 Mark I Heavies. They're playing on Fort Despair. This is so surreal, seeing this replay once again. By the way, this is from Me Master Gamer. Me Master Gamer used to make content years ago for Blitz. He doesn't make content anymore for Blitz, but he used to, a long time ago. Me and him were acquainted to some extent. But this tank here, oh my god, just have a look at it. Oh man, the design on this thing was so cool in Blitz. It was so cool to see those cannons, those I'm assuming 25-pounder cannons sticking out from the sides, was really awesome. Now these were male Mark I Heavy tanks. They weren't female Mark I Heavy tanks. So in case you guys are wondering, the female Mark I Heavy tanks had Mark I, 2, 3, and 4s. They had machine guns. They had the Bren machine gun rather than any cannons, whereas the male ones just had cannons, as you can see. So the reloads on this thing were pretty cool. 6.6 second reload was, I mean, pretty crazy to see. Look at the old interface as well, like those old icons, the old ammunition icons, the graphics. Like this is, you can tell this is from years ago, and a lot of you will not remember this. Yeah, you can see it's only, I mean, you're only, for 6.6 seconds, you're only doing about 80 damage. So, it's not insane. But, yeah, this was a very historically important tank. This was a tank that basically solidified what tanks are in this day and age. And have a look at the hit points, 550 hit points. This is, as you can see, it's technically a tier 1 tank. I only managed to get 1 battle in this tank when I had it. The reason for that was I was just busy. I had so much things going on. I just didn't have the time to play it like I should have. And I wish I did. But anyway, our compadre, Me Master Gamer, in the Mark I Heavy has got 1 kill now. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, it's interesting to see how this tank performs against other tanks of this variant. You can see the design of this tank is very interesting. It's got sort of like wooden track wheels almost, or like metal track wheels at the back, like actual wheels, to sort of keep it stable, like almost stability sort of thing. It's like a stability control mechanism, which is interesting. The whole tank itself was just basically a chassis with tracks that went all around it. And it had, on either side, it had gunner ports. So it had cannons at the front, or rather, what do you call it? Guns at the front and guns in the rear, and you were able to sort of traverse it. It didn't have just one central gun in the middle, which was interesting to see. But you can see Wargaming they put the effort into making a tank that was very interesting, that got people talking about, that got people enjoying the game modes. And the reason for that is obviously to celebrate 100-year anniversary of tanks in general, especially this specific tank. And it was quite a big deal, to be honest with you. And again, I presume there's going to be some kind of other anniversary event that's probably going to reintroduce this tank, or maybe a Mark IV Heavy of some sorts. It does get a mastery, by the way, which is really cool. But as you can see from that replay, you could see that that was not only a historically accurate tank, in the sense that the design factor and whatnot was pretty damn accurate, but just the fact that we had an interesting event like that and something cool and fun and engaging, and it was a fair matchup because it was 7 of those tanks versus 7 of those tanks. It wasn't like an MS1 or a like tractor or something like that was versing it. No, it wasn't. It was literally the same tank versing each other, which was very interesting to see. I would love to see some kind of event with MS1s, just like you can only take out the MS1 and just have like 7 MS1s versus 7 MS1s. That would be pretty fun to see. Or just have an event where we can bring back all the original T1 tanks, the like tractor, stuff like that. Would be really nice to have. And of course the MS1, we can't forget the MS1. Like, we have to have these tanks back, these T1 tanks that we basically started the game with. We need to have that sort of thing. It's so much fun to play. And I think Wargaming is probably going to implement something like that, a future event where it incorporates the old T1 tanks that we had. I can't wait. I hope they do it. As for the Mark I Heavy coming back, I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. Wargaming might actually give us the Mark I Heavy again to play, because it was quite fun. Just like we've been asking them to give us the freaking duck event. We want World of Ducks back, please. They keep teasing it every single year. Just give us back the bloody event. I want to play it again. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments whether you actually managed to play the Mark I Heavy, or if you didn't, and you would like to play it in future. That's all for me today, guys. Yeah. Look after yourselves, look after your friends and family, peace in the Middle East, and of course, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now, and Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you, legends.